You're watching USA, America's favorite cable network.
Everybody knows when that feeling's right, gonna rock the house. It's TV night. Get ready for a Word Up Wednesday.
And this face says it all. I'm gonna make this review nice, short, and sweet, so let's jump right into Rock Reviews, Mr. Robo. Now, from the very get-go, we are introduced to this episode of Mr. Robot with a 90s nostalgic nightmare in such a good way. These guys captured and nailed the 90s intro for the typical family TV show. It was amazing to watch and quite awkward, to tell you the truth. I was sitting there in awe and amazement at what it was that I was watching. And I was utterly confused as to where they were going with it. I kind of figured it was going to be his dad actually trying to protect him by doing all this stuff. And because he's a kid from the 90s, he pretty much, gave him everything 90s-esque that he could ask for. But it was amazing to see. The intro had me cracking up, especially with the whole Jane's funeral thing. I was laughing my ass off. I had a great time watching this episode. If you're not caught up to this episode, I would suggest to go back and watch the episodes before this. There is a lot of mental things going on here at this point, up to this point on the show. And this is just a culmination of something great. I wish they would have spent more time in the 90s thing. Not because, not just because I grew up in the 90s, but because it was so cringeworthy. Like, everything they did was something I remembered from a TV show that I actually watched. And the fact that, spoiler alert, hopefully you guys already watched this. I don't want to ruin it, so I'll give you about 2 seconds. 1, 2, okay. Alf is in this episode. Now, I know for a fact that Alf is getting rebooted. I was afraid they were going to use somebody else's voice because Alf's voice is very, very iconic to me. It's one of those things that even in the cartoon, like, they could not get somebody else to do this guy's voice. So to see Alf here with the original voice was amazing. So now I'm looking forward to the Alf reboot. I'm hoping it's a little more grown up, especially after this. Very exciting, very entertaining. The episode itself, it pushed the story along to a direction where we're close to either taking down Evil Core or at least maiming them in some form or fashion. And it didn't really spend much time pushing the narrative forward, but it did give us a sense as far as character growth for the FBI agent, as far as character growth for Ray and what he's doing and what Elliot is actually going through, and character growth between the father-son dynamic between Christian Slater and Rami Malek. It is a great, great episode. I highly suggest you watch it. I loved this episode so much. And with that, I'm going to leave you with a little Alf intro.
I'm sorry.
Hey, no problem, E-Meister. Give me 4. Or not.
And with that, I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.